Hello, BYE listeners. Hafid's got something to tell you. Please listen carefully.
BYE Messages Episode 1: How to Improve Your English. Dear listeners, welcome to the very first episode of our new phase, BYE Messages. Before we begin, I want to reassure those of you who might find our matrix phase a bit too complex or overwhelming. Please do not worry. This space is entirely dedicated to you. We are going to take things step by step, at a gentle pace. Today's episode is titled, How to Improve Your English. You have undoubtedly noticed that English is omnipresent in so many aspects of our daily lives, and the internet has inevitably magnified this phenomenon. It is true that many modern computer systems have been designed to communicate comfortably in your local language, whether we are talking about operating systems, social networks, or advanced AI models. Yet, the fact remains that countless everyday electronic devices still speak, so to speak, in the language of Shakespeare. Today, we are not going to delve into the historical causes of this linguistic dominance. That is not our purpose. Instead, we are going to look forward. We will explain how you can smoothly navigate this English-speaking environment and, most importantly, discover the practical tools you can equip yourself with to make your daily life much easier. First of all, we need to evaluate exactly what you need. What will you use English for, beyond a simple cultural satisfaction? Will it be for work, to follow your favorite videos on YouTube, or perhaps to travel and ensure you can make yourself understood? Let us be entirely honest. There is already an abundance of advanced tools out there offering simultaneous translation across many languages. So, why learn English at all? That is the very question you need to ask yourself. If you know exactly why you are doing it, you will find the conviction to commit to it seriously. The internet is absolutely brimming with solutions for learning English, and among them, an impressive quantity of podcasts. The quality of these, however, is quite uneven. You will come across some that are frankly mediocre, which would discourage even the most diligent listener because they are simply soporific. Others, far more engaging, will be available to you in various formats and with different levels of accessibility. There are completely free models, and there are paid ones. You will also find hybrid models, which offer a free portion but allow you to delve deeper by taking out a subscription. Once again, it is entirely up to you to decide how important this is to you, and whether you feel that a financial investment will guarantee the deeper immersion into the conversational, professional, or technical English you are seeking. Finally, to know exactly where to start, it is important to measure your strengths and your weaknesses, what you can already grasp, and what still remains obscure. And there again, rest assured, you will find a whole arsenal of tools online to help you carry out this self-assessment. With the advent of digital television and optical discs such as DVDs, you can follow your favorite films or series in your native language, but also, very often, listen to them in their original version, which is predominantly English. You can turn on the subtitles to get an idea of what is being said in the video you are watching, but please remember, it is only an idea. Subtitles are specifically drafted to be read quickly and do not entirely reflect the exact nuances of what is actually being spoken. In your local libraries, you can find beginner's guides to English, perfectly tailored to the level from which you are starting. Naturally, a highly technical or academic level cannot be acquired in quite this way. That requires following a structured course, with practical exercises to complete and a great many books to read, particularly the great classics of literature. So, amidst all of this, what exactly does a podcast have to offer? Listening to a podcast means having instant access to spoken English. By carefully selecting the programs that suit you according to your level, your tastes, and your personality, you will gain access to content that is bound to stimulate your learning, provided you give it the necessary attention. A great many podcasters will tell you that you can do other things whilst listening to their show. I find this to be rather unfortunate advice. If it is simply entertainment you are seeking, then why not? You are completely free to use the podcast as you see fit, on public transport, lying comfortably on your bed, or whilst preparing a meal. And for quite a few of you, that will work, up to a certain point. However, this method has serious limitations. You are not fully engaging, you are not prioritizing what you are listening to, and as a result, you only retain snippets that will soon fade away, leaving behind nothing more than a pleasant moment of entertainment. Consequently, you end up listening to the podcast merely to be entertained, rather than to learn. It is a perfectly legitimate choice, provided it is a conscious one. But true learning requires a genuine personal investment. The phrase "I do not have the time" is your worst enemy in this endeavor. We always manage to find the time for what truly matters to us. Hafid, the author of this podcast, is a learner himself. He used to do exactly that, listen rather casually. He found the programs entertaining, but he only retained certain passages because they were particularly humorous or interesting from a cultural point of view. The more serious broadcasts, with less colorful titles, he simply bypassed. And yet, those were the very episodes that could have helped him make the most progress. He was actually on the verge of giving up because he felt he was not making any significant headway. But he was told not to give up, that he needed to hold on and persevere. His own personal solution was to create this very podcast, BYE Boost Your English. If you would like more details, you can listen to episode 1, as well as special editions 5 and 6, which will tell you a little more about the genesis of BYE. That was his solution. Yours, perhaps, might be to select a theme that genuinely interests you and to search for episodes from various podcasts that deal specifically with that topic. It is then entirely up to you to decide if you wish to broaden your horizons. There is certainly no shortage of either subjects or podcasts out there. So, what exactly does BYE deliver? BYE is a pure, highly concentrated dose of spoken English. Through its various phases, standard, special editions, workshop, matrix, and now messages, which simply allows the author to tell you what he wishes to say, you are plunged into an intensive listening experience featuring a variety of voices and accents. There are no transcripts or show notes provided, at least for the time being. Our senses become lazy if they are not actively used. When you follow a film, for instance, if you pay closer, more intense attention to the musical score, it will provide you with a wealth of details that the dialogue might intentionally omit to maintain a sense of mystery. The same applies to sounds, whether near or far. A sharp auditory awareness and the keen sense of observation, so dear to Sherlock Holmes, can be of immense service to you in everyday life. It is undoubtedly a formidable ally in your learning journey. Furthermore, BYE is designed as an additional resource, not a program that demands exclusivity. A wide range of subjects are, or will be, covered here. Some are approached with a slightly humorous tone, or even downright sarcastic at times, in order to shake up conventions and provoke genuine reflection. Ultimately, BYE aims to be a tool to fight against the corruption of intelligence. To understand exactly what this means, I invite you to refer to special editions 1 and 2. At the present moment, this podcast remains relatively unknown. It gathers few views on YouTube or listens across the various streaming platforms. Hafid is not relying on this to make a living, he is simply offering to share his hard work with you, should you wish to use it to learn English in a profound and sustainable manner. However, maintaining this podcast with a dedicated website, or providing transcripts for at least some of the more complex episodes, such as the workshop or the matrix phase, would require a significantly larger investment of both time and resources. Do you have any requests, suggestions, or grievances? The podcast's email address, which you will find indicated in the description, is there precisely for that purpose. So, do yourself a genuine favor and listen to BYE. We have a great many interesting and constructive things to discuss. Keep boosting your English. Bye for now.
Boost your English, it's the key!